So here we are then. Today's the day, the Champions League final against Real Madrid. The game is taking place in Russia, of course, the site of Chelsea's first ever Champions League final and first ever Champions League final defeat. Will there be a repeat of that today, or will we repeat the success of last season and, of course, when we won it in real life against Bayern Munich? Hello everyone and welcome back to the final part of Season 2 of Chelsea Challenge here on the channel with me, Mr. Grant 2, and well, it's very exciting to be in the Champions League final for the second season in a row. We are looking forward to it. The team is ready and raring to go. Morale is looking very, very good. Jorginho slightly less than everyone else. Jorginho's morale is a little bit lower than everybody else's because, of course, he got a bruised thigh. He was out for 3 to 4 days. Very minor injury, very insignificant. And especially given the fact that the Champions League final was still in 5 days at that point. But of course, the game, because it's stupid, generated this email to say he was out of the Champions League final, even though he clearly would be fit in time. And even if he hadn't been, he still would have played with the injury. Absolutely ridiculous. Luckily, was able to get his morale back up through some pep talks. But yeah, really stupid feature. But never mind that. Can we win the Champions League for the second year in a row? It would be a special occasion. How do we both get here? Well, our group stage was pretty good. We beat AC Milan, Shakhtar Donetsk and Bayer Leverkusen, and there were a few draws as well, but it was a pretty comfortable group performance in the end. Real Madrid won their group as well. They had PSG in that and Red Bull Salzburg. In the first knockout round, of course, we did see off Club Brugge. Probably the easiest game we've ever had in the Champions League in terms of the stature of the opponent. Wasn't an easy tie at all, though. They did really well, especially in the first leg. Real Madrid beat Porto quite convincingly. They had a relatively kind quarter-final draw against AS Monaco. They beat them 5-3 on aggregate. We just about squeaked past PSG. But then in the semi-final, it's fair to say we had a bit of a kinder draw. We did beat AC Milan, whereas they had to play Arsenal, of course, the reigning Premier League champions at the time, and it was a win for them 4-3 on aggregate, which sets us up for today, a trip to Russia. Sergio Ramos is injured for them. Varane is doubtful with a pulled groin. He may well still play, though we are fully fit and raring to go. This, of course, is going to be the team. It's pretty much the team that started the final last year, save for Marco Asensio against his former club, which always adds some extra spice. Kepa is going to be in goal. Of course, he is. Emerson, Tomori, Rudiger and James, the back four. Jorginho, fully fit and raring to go, despite what the game might think. Kante and Mount in midfield. Mount, of course, scored the winner in last year's final. Can he repeat that today? Pulisic on the right-hand side. And Asensio out for revenge on the left. And Tammy Abraham, fresh from winning the Golden Boot, up front. So Varane does not start for Real. He's on the bench. They have got some former Chelsea players in their ranks, of course. One very, very much well-liked and one very not well-liked. They've also got Paul Pogba. They've also got Raheem Sterling. They've also got Alex Telles, who we did nearly sign in the summer, but he chose to go to Real Madrid. And we meet here today. Luka Jovic on the bench, Leon Bailey on the bench, Isco on the bench, Gareth Bale, Rodrigo, Vinicius. I mean, yeah, they've got a pretty good team. This isn't going to be easy. I don't think any of the team talks are really going to work other than this. Just go out there. Try your best. Like, if we don't win this, it's not the end of the world, is it? We won it last year. Anything we get today would be a bonus. Let's see what we can do. We are going for the more cautious system to start things off. We can always switch things up as the game develops. And, well, we did of course, lose the semi. Last year we played Real Madrid in the semi-final. We lost the first leg playing this system. We then attacked them in the second leg and won. So we'll see what happens here. Kepa making a save early on from Paul Pogba. And it's Real Madrid coming forwards at the moment. Casemiro puts the ball across. Tomori gets it away, though, and it's found Jorginho. Tammy Abraham looking to attack. He's found Asensio. He's got a point to prove today. Mason Mount running through, looking for his second Champions League final goal. Nearly gets it, and it's a break straight away. Reece James, though, bringing down Eden Hazard. 35 minutes gone. We are locked 50-50 in terms of possession. We have had 4 shots on target, though. Haven't converted any of them. We need to be making the most of these chances that we're getting early on because it's not going to last. And that is the end of the first half. Quite a bit of action according to the stats. We haven't seen much of it, though. What do I say? I mean, we have played really well. Keep it up. It's a very tight contest, very cagey. Marco Asensio is not having the best game, but I want to leave him out there, if nothing else, for his penalty taking. At what point do we go for this? I don't know. I sort of feel I don't want to leave it to a penalty shootout. That would be silly. But then I don't want to go for it and get caught out, which is something we quite easily do. The ball was looking for Raheem Sterling there, but Kepa does get it. And can we look to counter from back? Kante and Jorginho find Reece James. Pulisic has acres of space. Don't go for the shot. He doesn't listen to me, and it's still 0-0. Oh, Tammy was clear through there. If he just looked up, then we could have opened the scoring. I say that like it's still early stages. The time is going here. I mean, we're going to have to do something. Asensio has not played well at all. We're going to bring on Callum Hudson-Odoi. Tammy's nervous, but we have to think we've got to leave him out there. I mean, do we go positive with this system, or do we switch this system up? They haven't offered much. Another highlight though, and it's Real Madrid on the ball. Eden Militao to Leon Bailey. He's come off the bench. Lovely ball to Eden Hazard. Doesn't break our hearts at this time. Kepa makes the save. I think going positive is the wrong approach. We're going to go to the other system, and I don't think it's going to make any difference at all. I think we're heading for extra time. It's been a very even, cagey game, I think, overall. Is there a sting in the tail, though? We've switched the systems. Hazard with the ball over the top. Kepa goes for it. Bit of a crazy move from him, but he gets away with it just about for now. Leon Bailey forwards again. Kepa still is all over the place. This is surely going to end with some sort of horrendous mistake from us, or maybe not. Reece James loses out again. Here it comes. Eden Hazard through. There you go. There you go. It was going to happen. It was inevitable. Just kamikaze at the back there. We don't get it away. And Eden Hazard, he does break our hearts. Antonio Rudiger misses the tackle, and he will surely be replaced in the summer. And that, unless we can do something now, is going to be a heartbreaking end to our second Champions League final. But hey, we won it last year. That's the main thing. It's not quite over yet. Kante's found Hudson-Odoi, who's in loads of space. Can he get the equaliser? Oh my goodness me, so close. He doesn't get it though. And we've lost. We've lost. Oh dear. Injury time winner from Eden Hazard. I mean, it kind of had it written about it, didn't it? It kind of had it written about it. We didn't really create many opportunities. That Hudson-Odoi chance at the end was probably our best opportunity. Apart from when Pulisic decided to go for a pointless shot when he could have crossed it to Tammy Abraham. So there we go. That was disappointing. I'm going to have to say it was disappointing because it was. We could have won that game quite easily. It was there for the taking. And, well, there we go. Football is cruel sometimes. Football is cruel. I just hope the board don't take that too badly. I'm not doing the press conference. You can go and do that one, Jody. Well, I mean, silver linings. We might have been defeated in the 93rd minute by our former star man, but we got 13.5 million out of it as part of his transfer. That makes up for it, right? Right? I'm not going to get to spend that money, am I? We're getting loads of money though, and it's a shame. Of course, it's a shame, but them's the breaks. We've got the Club World Cup coming up, which I completely forgot about because it's the new format, isn't it? That's coming up very shortly, so that will actually be the next episode. We're gonna have to play that, of course. We'll see what happens. We'll do the whole competition in one thing, see how that goes. We'll just sort of do the goal highlights of every single game as far as we get. I'm not going to do a full thing unless we get to the final, and then obviously we'll do some transfers. How are the board feeling about the Champions League final defeat? They're not devastated. We're still secure in our job, which is good, I guess. Not very secure, but there we go. Everyone's on international duty now. I hope they're going to come back for the Club World Cup. I hope they will come back for the Club World Cup, unless it's just the youth players. We'll have to see about that one. Anyway, let's have a look at sort of end of season stuff. Hopefully that comes up before the Club World Cup competition. Right, and indeed it does. So overall best 11 after 2 seasons looks like that. Not massively surprising. End of season awards. Tammy obviously gets player of the season. I'd be shocked if it was anyone else. Young player of the year as well. Haaland gets signing of the season, which perhaps says something about some of the signings we made, particularly Marco Asensio. Goal of the season was Christian Pulisic versus Oldham in the League Cup back in September. Okay, I'm not sure I agree with that one, but there we go. Board expectation for next season then, which means I think we're not going to be sacked, which is good. What do they want us to do next season? They actually only want us to qualify for the Champions League, so they're not set on us winning the Premier League, which is good. Champions League dream team. Emerson's in there, Reece James is in there, Tammy's in there as well. Kepa finishes second. Emerson finishes second. Tammy wins Forward of the Year, though. At least we had the best striker in the competition. Press conference for the Club World Cup draw. I don't really care. End of season team meeting. What do we say? I don't think we can really challenge for the title. Right, so we're not going to win the title. We can certainly challenge for it. Or then Champions League. I think we got a challenge for the title next year. Pretty much everyone loves it, apart from some of the fringe players and youth players. I think I'm going to say, well, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he thinks we're being too ambitious. I think you're going to be leaving in this summer, mate. I think you're going to be leaving in the summer. Pope and Tarkovsky can just get over it. Ampadu, I respect each of your opinions, but let's just leave now. Commercial summary, not too bad. Big improvement on sponsorship, which is a nice new kit deal as well. Top selling shirt names Kante, Haaland, Kovacic, Abraham, and Asensio. So not too bad. None of them I don't think will be leaving. Maybe Kovacic, but I think he's such a good player. I don't really want to lose him as long as he's happy with the football he's getting now, which he generally seems to be. Kepa and Tammy breaking all sorts of club records, which is absolutely fantastic. So there we go then. Overall, a really good season. I'm not counting the Club World Cup as being part of this season. What a stupid innovation from FIFA. It's not an innovation. I mean, who else is in this? Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Liverpool, Atletico are in it, Spurs are in it. I mean, Real Madrid have just won the Champions League. I was going to say, are they not in it? They are in it. They're there. I guess it's a chance to win a competition that we obviously choked on earlier on in the year, in the last of the sort of regular format. But I don't know. Not bad performance in the league in the end. Champions League was obviously disappointing, but we did win it last year, so it's not the end of the world. Disappointment in the FA Cup. We won the League Cup though. That's the main thing. We won the Super Cup as well. It wasn't a trophyless season. In terms of the squad then, very briefly, standout performers, of course, Tammy, the main man. Goals aplenty from him, 38, absolutely sensational. He has been the star man of the season, that is for sure. He tops the average rating tree as well, closely followed by Jorginho. Erling Haaland as well has done really, really well, given he hasn't played that much football. Emerson, once again, is being coveted by Europe's elite. Look at that, he's not going anywhere. He's been sensational this season, unless we get an absolutely massive bid for him. But there isn't really anyone we can really replace him with, from what I've looked at. Otherwise, really good ratings throughout the entire team. No one's really let us down massively. Cesar Azpilicueta hasn't been particularly good. He may be on the way out. Hopefully Marco Asensio can continue to improve next season. As we discussed in the previous episode, it will be the Mazzala role, I think, is definitely something we need to look at improving. Probably centre-back as well, and on the wings as well. So there we are then. That is going to be the end of the episode there. I mean, I said it was the final one of the season. I guess the Club World Cup, technically, the Club World Cup is still technically part of this season, but then it's also kind of bleeds into next season as well, which is just a bit sort of weird. But anyway, we'll come back for that next time. As said, it'll all be in one episode. And then after that, we will start Season 3 with our new transfers once they have been made. Some of them may well have been made for the Club World Cup. I don't know whether any of the players will be able to be in the squad. That's going to be something to look out for. So we might have a sort of preview of the transfers next time in the Club World Cup. But there we go then. Disappointment in the Champions League, but we did win it last year, and you can't win it every single year because that would be ridiculous. We're not Real Madrid. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe as well, because we've got the Club World Cup coming up, and we don't know what's going to happen in that nonsense. We've already been knocked out of it once this year, and we're in it again. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.